Alrighty, you guys, so I actually made this video once already, and it went over the time limit, which is always awesome, right? Not really, but yeah. So, what has happened since my last video of me out there in the pond with the ice? Quite a bit. Went to Walmart, I spent $14 at two different Walmarts. One was buying hooks and some baits, and then the other one was just buying a couple baits. The baits that I bought are over in the old house, or in the other house. Sorry, not the old house. This is the old house. But the baits are over there, and I don't know why I forgot them, but I did. But yeah, I did bring the hooks though, and I actually put the hooks on three of the four baits that I'm putting together. These hooks here, I looked for either trocars or mustads. Kind of wanted one of them over the traditional ugly looking eagle claws, and did not find mustads or the trocars, which kind of sucks because those are probably the best treble hooks that they sell around here. But the problem is you can very, very rarely find them. Mustads are not as rare as trocars. If you find the Eagle Claw trocar hooks, you actually found pretty good hooks. But these hooks here, I think, are pretty good. The last time I actually seen the KVD Mustad hooks was about 2 to 3 months ago, and I have not seen trocars in a long time. They actually used to sell them for a little while, for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I actually seen them there a couple times, but I never bought them because I thought they were like a regular thing. Then all of a sudden they were never there, and I never heard of them again at that Walmart. But here is what these are. These are made by Eagle Claw, but they are super duper highly made hooks. These are actually size 2 needle point. They're coming in a 15 pack. They are Fletcher Shryock hooks. Now, if you don't know who Fletcher Shryock is, he is a professional bass fisherman that has won quite a few tournaments. I watched him win a tournament. What was that tournament called? It was the Major League Fishing Tournament down in like Eufaula or whatever, and he was throwing a big walking bait. No, it wasn't on Eufaula. I think it was on Dale Hollow, down in like Kentucky or Tennessee. But yeah, he was throwing a big walking bait. And if I believe it or not, that makes no sense. If I remember right, he was actually using these type of hooks on that bait. So yeah, these are just size 2 EWG treble hooks. And I was really happy to find these because I've never seen these before, and they looked super good compared to the old ugly Eagle Claws. So I was happy to find these, and so I bought them. They were $4.44 for that package. So yeah, they're better designed. I think they are. They look better. They look better than these type. The chrome, weird looking. Just straight shank treble hooks. They look better. So that's why I bought them. But one thing first. I have to be kind of careful with this bait because it's still wet. These three are specially designed baits. One of them are for a certain YouTuber. The other two aren't really for a specific YouTuber. This one here, I make very few of these baits. These little tiny bug type baits, I make very few of them because they are hard to make. You have to basically what I usually do is take a pair of vice grips and use that belt sander and use a pair of vice grips to hold on to the bait, and then sand it down, and then turn it around and do the same thing. It's very hard to do because you don't want to hit the vice grips on the sandpaper because that'll ruin the sandpaper. It'll mess it up. But you don't want to get the bait too sanded down because then you'll ruin it because it's so small. It's such a tiny bait. But they are fun to fish, and you can catch all different size fish, not just big fish. You can catch tiny fish and big fish on them. That's one of them. That's the one that's still kind of wet. I don't know why. I painted them all at the same time. But then there's this one. This little skinny little bug. Yeah, that one there's still a little bit wet too. Then this one here, which is completely dry. I don't know why those two are still wet. This one here is completely dry. This one here is actually for a YouTuber by the name of Kendall Gray Outdoors. This one here, I drummed up the design in my head, and I thought, you know what? It would be a perfect bait for that guy because he catches a lot of fish on small poppers, little cricket type baits, little bug style baits in his pond. And I thought this little bug style topwater would be perfect. And I paint them in one of my favorite colors that I make is the silver bullet color. This one here actually looks like a giant bullet. You know, here's the bottom and here's the point. But yeah, basically what this is it's a flat nose popper. You know, it's got the flat nose. You put the eyelet here for the line tie. You twitch it and it kind of pops and it kind of walks at the same time. I've caught, or I've not caught, but I've had a couple blow-ups on the original of this bait, which I made like 2 years ago, the prototype, and I kind of got more into making, you know, crankbaits and other bigger topwaters, and kind of stopped making these little bug baits, but I actually made this one last night, painted it last night, and now I'm showing it to you. So yeah, I've actually had like 3 or 4 blow-ups on the original. And this one here is just more the fine-tuned version of the original. So yeah, now get down to the sending baits, the baits that I've made for sending out to other YouTubers. The 2 for Tacticalbassin, I hold up 3 fingers for that because I'm a moron. The 2 for Tacticalbassin, I decided not to send them both topwaters. I decided to send them, one of them the big topwater. One of the lures is going to be a big topwater, and it's got the Fletcher Tryout hooks, and they are very sharp. I don't know if I've said that. I think I did. But yeah, they are very sharp. I've hooked myself twice while putting the hook, the back hook on this bait. They are very sharp. But yeah, they look really good. They don't hang up on each other at all. You know, they can't reach each other. Perfect area for the hooks because, you know, whether they hit it in the tail, they hit it in the head, they'll get this front hook. They hit it in the middle, they'll be caught, you know. Yeah, there's the big topwater. That's one of the baits that I'm sending out to Tacticalbassin. Oops. The other one is the hybrid. Now the hybrid, after I made it, and after I made the first video on it, I really like fell in love with this design and and I still think that it's probably one of the best lure designs I've created, because it's something that I've never seen before, and that is a crankbait, a square bill crankbait jerkbait hybrid. I've never seen it before. If you guys have seen one of these jerkbait bodies with a square bill, like a big square bill, not one of those little tiny rectangular type bills on jerkbaits, not little bitty tiny ones. I'm talking like a big, you know, 1/2 inch wide square bill lip. If you guys have actually seen that, I want you guys to put it down in the comments at least the name of it, because I've never seen this style before. And I actually have Googled it multiple ways, you know, square bill jerkbaits, square bill jerkbait hybrids, and nothing. All I found was either normal little jerkbaits or normal little square bills. There was no hybrids. So I think that I possibly have something a little bit more innovative. Probably like nobody's ever going to make this ever. You know, it's either going to be good or it's going to be crap. There's really, you know, with a bait, there's really no in between. It's either going to be a bait that will catch fish, run right and everything, or it's going to be a bait that runs weird, never catches a single fish. Hopefully it is the first one, that it'll catch fish and it'll run right, but I don't know. So yeah, that's the hybrid with the hooks and everything, split rings and hooks. These are actually fishing grade split rings. These are not just normal little toy split rings, you know. These are fishing grade split rings. These split rings are super hard to bend out. I've never actually had a split ring bend out. But I do use the stock split rings that are on them. I never switch out split rings or treble hooks, just because I don't feel I need to. But these ones here they look a lot bigger and a lot beefier than some of the other baits, like such as the Cotton Cordell or the Rebel or Rapala. They're a lot bigger. They're about as big as the Strike King ones, maybe just a tad bigger. But yeah, that's the hybrid. Hybrid, the big walking bait. I called this one, what was the name that I came up with this? The Slug or the Slug Gun or something like that. I'm pretty sure that I called it the Slug Gun, you know, as like a shotgun that you would use for deer, because it is basically a big slug, you know, a big chunk of wood with paint on it. Then this one here is the hybrid. Then I have not come up with a name for the crankbait yet. I just been calling it the crankbait. But yeah, here's the crankbait. That's what it looks like with the hooks. They don't foul up or anything. The bill. What I'm going to do with that crankbait is I'm actually going to send that crankbait out to Lake Fort Guy, LFG. And it is beginning to be winter, obviously, from my last video. So some of these baits are not exactly going to be the best baits to send out at this time of year, but it's when I have sent them. Plus, I already talked to the Tacticalbassin guys and said that I'm going to be sending them out some baits. That was way back when I was sick, and but now I have them finalized. I have hooks on them. I have the the envelope. So Monday, I'm going to have my mom write it out for me, because I have no clue how to do that. I'll probably do it wrong. I'll probably be sending it back to myself. But I'll have her do that, or at least show me how to do it, and have her put it in a mailbox, or I'll do it, I don't know, and send it out, send these baits out. And then the LFG's crankbait, I think I'm going to send that out. You know, if I go to Walmart in the next day and a half or two, whatever, if I go to Walmart on Sunday, which will be when you guys are watching this, I will most likely buy another envelope, because I'll have some money. Let me check the time on this video. 12 minutes, 34 seconds. Alright, didn't go over so far. But I'll most likely buy another envelope. Maybe something, maybe one that's a little bit smaller, I don't know. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send LFG this big wake bait, possibly, because he's actually going to be going on a big trip. I don't know if he'll get these baits before then or not, but he's going on a big trip for some giant bass, and I'm hoping that maybe he'll take one of these along with him. I don't know. Somehow I doubt it, but you know, maybe. But yeah, I'm thinking about sending him the big wake bait and the crankbait, the medium diving crankbait. Then the small bait going out to Kendall Gray. These smaller baits here, if you guys want me to, at some point, maybe this month, or not this week, because I won't be able to do that, but some point in the next little while, I can possibly send it to one of you guys. If you guys have a P.O. box or something, you can put it down there in the comment section if you want to. You know, if you guys want one of these small baits, I will put a hook on it soon. I might do that after this video is done. But yeah, I'll put a hook on it, you know, small little topwater bait. It'll be pretty cool. But yeah, hope you guys like this video. If you do, smash the like button. And if you have not already subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe, because as far as I know, I'm the only YouTuber that is making lures like this and sending them out to people for basically free. But it's not exactly 100% free, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a letter to these guys, asking them for the one thing, the only thing that I am asking for these baits, sending them these homemade lures, is a shout out for my YouTube channel. I think that's a fair trade. Brand new bait for free. All you need to do is say my name, say my channel's name on the YouTube. Be alright. Hope you guys like it. See you later.